Welcome back with Recovery Dan. I've been away for a little while, dealing with chronic sinuses, and I'm finally getting myself back to where I'm able to start back videoing. I would just like to take this time out to thank all of you that comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I can't thank you enough for what you do for this channel. Today I would like to talk about the main ingredient in my recovery. And that ingredient was trust. I had to trust in something. You know, all your life, all my life, you trust the dope man. You trust all the liquor you go to the ABC store and buy. If you drink what they call a moonshine or stump hole, you trust that home brewed liquor is gonna be okay. I've seen plenty of people die from lead poisoning from making homemade liquor. Plenty of people that die from drug overdoses because they didn't know what was in the dope. And you put your trust in all of those things that can take your life. So if I could put my trust in all that, then it come a point that I have to put my trust in something else. I put my trust in people, and people will fail you. The thing about it, those that you think care about you, friends you think that are truly your friends, I had to find out the hard way. When I was down and out, my friends basically talked about me behind my back. Danny's this and Danny's that. They seen me struggling, never offered, wouldn't even offer you a sandwich if you were hungry. So I had to learn that, by going to the healing transition, which is a alcohol and substance abuse facility. When I got there, I had to learn to trust all over again because, like I said, I just lost trust in people. And the guys that were before me used to tell me, Danny, you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust the process. And I was thinking to myself, the process? So I kind of looked up the word process and wanted to understand it a little bit more. And it was defined as steps or actions taken to achieve a particular end. And that particular end for me is I wanted to complete that program. I wanted to silver chip from that program. And out of thousands of men that come through there, it's just a handful that silver chip. And I was able to do that. But while I was there, different things you have to deal with while you're there, and good and bad. But when things go bad, I noticed that a lot of people would leave frustrated, and by me having to deal with some of the bad things that I consider there as like maybe having to do writings and just different things, but I wasn't gonna leave just because I had to trust the process. Even if I was to have got sitting back in that program and had to start all over, I had made up my mind that no matter what, I'm going to complete this program. I want to be a silver chipper from this program. I want a silver chip, and I want to be able to go back and help others once I'm done. And that's the reason that I do these videos, is to help others, to give others hope that they can overcome addiction. When I was there, I began, like I said, I began to go into that chapel, and I began to pray, and I began to pray and ask the Lord, I put my trust in all the wrong people in life, even down to family. I was hurt by family, hurt by friends, and I'm tired of being hurt, and I want to change, and I'm gonna put my trust in you. And that's what I did. A lot of times, faith will fail you, but trust will sustain you. And And I remember I was praying while I was there that when I left that I would be in an environment where there was no drugs, there was no alcohol. I wanted to be placed in a home that they offered that, you know, people would be sober and clean. So when I got to this place, the first thing I seen when I opened the door was two guys that was living there, sitting at the table drinking liquor and smoking weed. And so that night, I remember saying, Lord, I prayed about this so much that you would not put me in a place like this. Why am I here? I prayed so hard that not to end up in a place like this. But nevertheless, I'm gonna trust you. There's got to be a reason I'm here. But I didn't partake in what they were doing. I told them that if I saw it, I was gonna say something, and they stopped doing it around me. But I tell you this, in less than 30 days, both of those guys were gone. I had the place to myself until I left. And I just had to trust him. You know, there's so many instances where I just relied on trust. You know, I had got into a program that was called Step Up Ministries. I had to walk in the rain to get there. I did it for a year, but I had to trust that process. So that was, you know, by joining that, I was able to, joining Step Up, I was able to get my license back. I was able to buy a car. I even was able to move out of the place I was at and get my own apartment, just because I trusted that the Lord would open the door. You know, I never forget, I was trying to get the apartment, and they had a 2-year waiting list. And I went on and paid the application fee. The next thing I know, and within 2 months, I was like getting a phone call saying, we have a place for you. You know, this bad things happen to good people as well. But the thing about it, you know, I had so much trust in the Lord because I seen what he was doing in my life. And I knew I had to go through some difficult times in order to achieve my goals in life. So if you're out there and you're struggling and your family sometimes they are treating you pretty bad, saying bad things about you, the very people that you want by your side, thinking they'll be by your side and support you. All your friends already have labeled you. They talk behind your back when you're not around. They never think you're going to make it. You're just an addict or an alcoholic to them. And it gives them something to talk about because it makes them feel better. But the thing about it, you can't get caught up in what people say. You know, what is your particular end? What is your particular end today? What are you going to do today to change your life, to finally be free of drugs and alcohol? What are you going to do today to help yourself? If you want to go through another year in 2022, at the end of the year, nothing's changed. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And you have got to put your best foot forward, make up your mind, and say enough is enough. If you can put your trust in that dope man, and you don't know when it could take your life, especially with all the mess they got out there right now with the fentanyl and 3 times strong as heroin, they say. People are dying just like drinking a glass of water. People just dying all over the place. But you still put your trust in that. And the best thing you can do today is put your trust in God. Put your trust in him to help you. You know, a lot of times you don't get the results because you don't ask. You simply don't ask. You simply just don't believe in that he can help you. And nothing could be further from the truth. I don't think anybody could have been worse off than I was. You know, I was homeless. I was living in abandoned trailers, no windows, no nothing. And all because I put my trust in the wrong people. And so if you're going through a difficult time, you need to put your trust in God. Even if you're not religious, it don't hurt to say, Lord, I need help. I need you to lead and guide me in the right direction where I can get the proper help I need. If you continue to do the same thing over and over, then you're gonna get the same results. You're gonna get the same results. So, don't allow other people to dictate your life as far as who you are in life. People labeled me. People had written me off. Laughed behind your back. Cold nights, going to sleep in a place with no heat. Do you think any of my friends said, come on in the house, Danny, it's cold outside? No. Do you think that they care whether or not you was hungry, even though I had brought some of those things upon myself? But regardless of that, if you're a friend, you still reach out and help. It's 2 feet of snow on the ground, but none of my friends said, Danny, you could spend the night, and they knew that I didn't have a place to go. And so that's when I began to sit down and really analyze and say, you know what? This is a bunch of, hogwash. But when I put my trust in God, that's what changed my life. That's the key ingredient in my recovery, is that I decided to put my trust in Him. Again, faith failed me many times, but trust did sustain me, because I said, nevertheless, I'm going to trust you anyway. And by doing so, it changed my life completely. It changed everything about me. I see those same people today that sit there in my face and tell me, I knew you were going to make it. I knew you was going to be this, or I always had the confidence in you. And that's a lie. That's just a straight out lie. But I don't have any animosity towards them. I pray for them, love them, but I just learned how people are. And I used to wonder why for myself, why am I the only one that's homeless, seemed like, in my community? And I always thought that I was a decent man, never wanted to hurt anybody, wanted to try to do what was right in life. And the people that were doing things that, probably 10 times worse than I was doing, seemed to always have a better life than I did. And I would always question, why do I have to suffer so? But the thing about it, I had to go through that in order to get to where I was. That's why I say bad things can happen to good people. I just had to go through some things, and if I hadn't went through it, I wouldn't be talking to you today. And I can look back years later and see all that, but at the time I couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. So I guess sometimes, you have to reach your bottom. But, again, what is your particular end gonna be? You done drugs. Now is not the time to put no trust in nobody that's selling drugs to you. People will give you anything just to make $1. And, when are you gonna get tired of being sick and tired? Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Enough is enough. Ask yourself, how many years have I been doing this? What have I lost behind this? What is my physical appearance like since I started this? Do I even, you have to take a serious look at yourself, your life, and not accept nothing less than being that person that you want to be, you truly want to be. You want to be drug and alcohol free. You want to be able to just hold your head up in life, and life should be meaningful to you. Not waking up every morning and wanting and figuring out how in the world am I going to get high? How am I going to get drunk? How, you have got to make changes. It's not that complicated to get help. The only thing you have to do is want it. You gotta want it. You got to want it. And life can be so brutal, especially when you lose, if you have children and you lost your children, and that weighs heavy on you. It weighs heavy on you, and the only way you're gonna feel better is you're gonna have to get high or drunk in order to, relieve that pain that's inside. But at some point, you got to be an adult and say, you know what, it's time for me to fight for what I believe in. It's time for me to fight and make changes, and you can do that today. You can get help. You can get everything you lost. You can get that relationship back with your children. And I seen marriages put back to mended back together. Mine was, the relationships that you thought would never be will come to pass. Sobriety offers you a lot in life. A lot of the number one thing that it offered me was peace of mind. Just peace of mind. Feeling good about who, the person that I was becoming, putting my life back together again, just staying the course. So if you're out there today, I tell you this, now's not the time to continue to down that road with drugs and alcohol, because people are dying. They are dying in the masses. And I would pray that you seek help and get the help you need. If you can put your trust in that dope man, why can't you put your trust in the Lord? Because he would do what he said he would do. And all you have to do is want it. You just have to want it. I will be bringing these videos back again. I'm feeling much better with these sinuses. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want, hopefully in the next week or so, I'll be able to get back and answer these questions that you may have. If I haven't gotten back with you, I haven't forgot you. And again, I thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. You guys are the reason that I do what I do, because there's nothing more satisfying than see a life change. I've seen it. I cry with guys, we laugh together, we cry together, and we're so thankful that we have sobriety today in our lives. I see the women in my classes cry, laugh together. I mean, we're a room full of people just so thankful that we can live life again and live life on life terms and don't need to put nothing inside of us, man, to make our day. We just have that peace that God give us. And it will mean the world to me that you have that peace likewise. And with that being said, again, I can't thank you enough for subscribing and commenting and liking these videos. I hope I've touched somebody today that at least take the time out and think about your life and where are you at in life. What is your particular end in life? What do you want the end to be? Definitely didn't want my end to be he was just an alcoholic. He was just an addict. That's not my particular end that I wanted for my life. And I'm hoping you don't want that for yours. And I'm going to be praying for you. And I'm going to just continue to do videos and be able to pray that somebody's life will be changed, somebody will be touched, somebody will be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And with that being said, I'll be back soon with another video. God bless you, love you, and my hand is always out to the next alcoholic or the next addict. Thank you until we meet again. And don't forget, you are somebody.